Hello, everyone, and I hope you are all having a great Ostara Eve. Um, Tonight is Sunday, March 19th. Tomorrow is Monday, March 20th, and it is the first day of spring. It is the Sabbath of Ostara. I thought for Ostara, I'm going to be undertaking a bit of a dedication, and I'm going to do a video on that tomorrow. Just with some more information, but it basically is going to come down to me sharing a lot more of my daily workings. I wanted to do a vlog basically of just some things that I do every day, some magic, some altar care, some altar craft, just some random witchy thoughts perhaps that come to mind with studying. I don't know, just a vlog, a daily diary. And I'm going to do that from Ostara till Beltane. If you notice, I like doing little challenges and dedications, and this is something that's kind of been hitting me over the head a lot lately, is broadening my practice and sharing a bit more of it, and as well as dedicating myself a bit more to everyday practices. So I thought this would be a great way to share a bit more intimately some things, even if it's just, hey, here's some things here's, my daily offering to Kernunos, or here is my altar for the ancestors, and I'm going to be shifting it, and this is why, and this is how, and things like that. So yeah, that's something that I'll be kicking off tomorrow. But I wanted to share this this ritual that I do every year for Ostara, and I do it on the eve of Ostara. Please excuse me, I've found myself sick yet again. That's why for friends of mine that are on Facebook, yes, that is why I've not been on Facebook really. I've kind of gotten hit again, so I'm recouping. But so yeah, I'm probably gonna cough a bit during the video, and I apologize for that. But every Ostara Eve, what I do is I go through the house and I do a sort of cleansing and honoring. I go room to room, kind of like I do on the new moon, with my smudging. But I have a candle, a bell of some sort, and then I have my incense and a little feather or wafer or what have you. Wafter. Anyway, something to kind of get the smoke out and about. And I go room to room and I thank the spirits of the dark of the year. I give them honor, I give them thanks, and I bid them fond farewell as they retire to their home. If they are spirits or energies that reside elsewhere during the light of the year. And with that, I usher in the spirits that will... Sorry, we have windows open and there's loud people on the street in case you could hear that. So as we say farewell to the spirits that aid the hearth and home during the dark of the year, we usher in and welcome those spirits that aid us during the light of the year. I am a believer that there are some household spirits that are there just all year round. It's their place. They help. They maybe are a bit mischievous and change things up and hide things on us. But for all intents and purposes, they protect, they guide, they guard, and they really help the household as long as you give them their honor and their respect. With that said, I think there are also certain energies that come into your house during certain times of the year. Specifically, the light of the year has certain energies connected to it. And there is the dark of the year that I think has another set of energies connected to it. And during the dark of the year, we have kind of different needs and different focuses. Especially if we look magically, we kind of go internal and we work a lot on the inside. And even in our mundane lives, suddenly things become much more strapped and kind of strained at times, especially with, the holidays and such. So it feels like in my home that there is kind of this shift between the dark and the light of the year. And I found this ritual years ago online. I apologize, I didn't write down at the time the site that I found it on or who to credit, so I do apologize. I tried to search for it again once I decided I was going to share this with everyone, and I cannot find it anywhere. So I apologize. I don't have the credit to give where it is due, but I do want to put it out there that the idea was not my own. It was just something I read and really resonated with. And I believe when I found the ritual online, it was specific for the Fae, to honor and give respect to the Fae that were part of the household during the winter season. And then you bid them, merry part till we merry meet again. And you welcome in the spring Fae that will come into your home and help you out. And that resonated for me, and I really worked with that scenario. And then through my own progression in my path, I began to see it a little more differently as opposed to separating by season. I began to see just the dark of the year had different feelings as opposed to the light of the year. And so that was where my focus changed. So what I do is every year, as you can see here, I take the items that I'm going to go room to room with and ask the elements to bless it. Here, this year, I've got these amazing warden candles that my witchy sister, Elizabeth Crystalhoff, gifted me for my birthday. So we have earth, then we have air, and then we have fire. Lovely dragon in the middle of that one. Just love it. And then, of course, we have water. And you might not be able to see it, but these are actually white tea lights that I took paint to because I wanted them to have the different colors. So we've got earth, I painted kind of a green. Air, I painted a yellow. Fire, I painted a red. That one is kind of worn. And then water, I painted a blue. But I set the items that I'm going to go room to room with. You have a candle to represent the light that is returning. Ostara, of course, is a day of balance. You have it, the day and the night are equal because it is the spring equinox. But then after tomorrow, light will slowly begin to overtake the day. And then I have the feather, the bells. This is actually gift wrap from the holidays. When you're in a pinch and you can't find your ceremonial bell, or if you don't have one, that works. I liked this because it has a silver and a gold, so we have solar and lunar, god and goddess, light and dark. I liked that balance for Ostara. And then here we have my springtime incense blend. So definitely still connecting to the spring season, but the wording and such that I have is specific for light of the year. And I am going to share my wording that I kind of adjusted it to. And it doesn't rhyme. It just is something that I felt good about. So I'm going to give a rundown of the ritual as well. So you go room to room with the season or Sabbath candle. We have that. The incense, we have that, and I have a burner that will be ready to go, and the bell. As you enter the room, I usually walk around with the candle once and get the smoke going again once, and then I ring the bell. And I say, "Spirits who guided and guarded through the dark of the year, we give you thanks and honor for your aid. Now is the time to take your leave as the light returns. Merry meet and merry part till we merry meet again." And then ring the bell again. "Spirits of the light of the year, as we welcome back the light that spring brings, we also welcome you from your slumber. We ask you to protect and guide this hearth and home during the light of the year. We honor and thank you and wish you merry meet and blessed be." And then ring the bell again. Then I usually do one more turn about the room. The first turn about the room is to give honor and thanks to the spirits that were there for the dark of the year. The second turn of the room at the end of everything is to usher in and welcome the spirits for the light of the year. The ringing of the bell before you say farewell to the spirits of the dark of the year, is to kind of wake up the energy, wake up the spirits, and give that announcement. The ringing of the bell after you say farewell to the dark of the year spirits is to simultaneously end your dialogue with them and let them know, send them off with a bit of resonance and sound as they take their leave, and also ring in, as it's ringing out the spirits of the dark of the year, you're ringing in the spirits of the light of the year. And then the final bell at the end is to complete the ceremony for that room. And again, I go room to room and do this, and it's just a way to kind of clear out, give a final clearing out of the old energy, bring in the new energy, but also to give honor to the energy that has been there during the dark of the year. I talk a lot about the stagnancy that winter can bring, and the cabin fever, and just kind of feeling old hat after a while. But the reality is, those are energies that gave you their time and spent themselves to aid you and to guide you. So I do like the idea excuse me, I do like the idea of giving them that honor and that respect, and letting them know that it is something that is meaningful, even though towards the end of the winter and the dark we tend to go a little stir crazy. We do still acknowledge and can give thanks for all that they have done for us to get us through that cold and dark time. So yeah, if that ritual resonated with you, please feel free, try it out. I, of course, am a big believer that even though tonight is Ostara Eve, this is when I do it. That doesn't mean that's when you have to do it. You can certainly do it on Ostara. You could do it a week before Ostara. You could do it a week after Ostara. You could do it on the full moon. You could do it on the new moon. Whatever works for you. Sometimes what resonates for us isn't what our schedules will allow. I got super lucky because this weekend was Paganicon, the comic convention, pagan convention in the Twin Cities every year. And I was lucky enough to get to go to that. I took tomorrow off of work because I knew I was going to need one day to kind of reboot myself. So I had the time to do this tonight, no matter how late it might get. but our schedules sometimes don't let us honor the Esbat on the full moon. They don't let us honor the Sabbath on the correct day. That's one of the reasons why I acknowledge the Sabbath as a complete season. From like a week or so before Ostara, I start kind of planning for it, or the week or so before the Sabbath, I usually try to start planning for it and plotting for it. And then I work with that energy of that Sabbath throughout till the next Sabbath. So from Ostara to Beltane, I'm working with this kind of energy. So I could bid farewell to the winter or the dark of the year energies at any time during that and welcome the light of the year. Even if the dark of the year energies have long gone from your house, I believe if you send out that energy and send out that thanks, wherever those energies convalesce after leaving the household as they are no longer needed, so to speak, they still know that there was that respect and honor given. So, yeah, just some random thoughts. Just wanted to share that ritual. I hope it was interesting. I hope I didn't sound too much like a Fruit Loop. And as always, I hope everyone has a very balanced and amazing Ostara for those of you who are celebrating the spring equinox, for those of you celebrating the autumnal equinox or Maven. I hope just as we embrace the light of the year that is coming, you are ready to embrace the dark of the year. No matter what, the world is in balance tomorrow, and that's a very exciting and cool thing for me. So, yeah, blessed be. Bye, guys.